My name's Kayla from Planning with Kay, and welcome to another bullet journal video where I'm going to show you how to set up 5 different Dutch door bullet journal spreads. Before I get into the video, I'm going to be giving away this Amanda Rach Lee dot grid notebook in this video to one lucky viewer. It is super easy to enter. Just check out the description below for the entry instructions and rules, and I will choose a winner in 1 week. Okay, so what is a Dutch door bullet journal spread? Well, first of all, a bullet journal is a blank notebook that you turn into your custom planner. And a Dutch door spread is essentially when you take scissors and you cut off part of the page. So what's the purpose of this? Why on earth would I cut pieces out of my journal? Well, that is exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. I'm going to show you 5 totally different types of Dutch doors, how to create them, why they're useful, and I'll show you just how versatile Dutch door spreads can be in your bullet journal. The first type of Dutch door I'm going to show you is the one I use most often in my bullet journal, and that is a vertical sidebar Dutch door. For each of these Dutch doors, I'm going to set up a full example spread, but remember that this isn't the only way to use these. It's just one of many examples, so get creative in your own journal and don't feel limited by the spreads that I'm setting up here. For this vertical sidebar Dutch door spread, we're ultimately going to be cutting away a vertical space from the right side of this spread. So I'm going to show an example of how you can use this on a monthly calendar. So first, I'm drawing in a simple large calendar. The days are 6 spaces by 6 spaces wide, and this takes up about 3/4 of the spread. So it's leaving a blank column of space on the right. This is where my scissors come into play, and I cut out my vertical sidebar Dutch door, cutting away that entire empty space on the right, just like that. So this creates this little flap here that when flipped reveals a hidden section within this calendar spread, and it leaves that right space visible no matter how the page is flipped. There are so many ways to go from here, but one way I like to use these vertical Dutch doors is by making that cutaway space a decorative sidebar. So this means that you can have some decoration on your spread that's visible both ways you turn the page. And it's a really efficient way to only have to create one space of decoration that shows across multiple spreads. I'm using a sushi theme for these spreads, so I downloaded this sushi mat decorative background printable that you can find on my $1 Patreon tier. I printed it on sticker paper and just stuck it right over that sidebar space. Keep in mind too that with a Dutch door like this, you can have as many pages in here as you like. I only cut off 1 page, but if I cut off another, I could flip this page twice and the sidebar would still be visible. In the case of this monthly setup, you could even put all of your monthly spreads inside this Dutch door. You just need to know in advance how many spreads you're going to need, and then cut off the right side of that many spreads, and you'll have all of your monthly spreads enclosed in this Dutch door with that shared decorative sidebar. In this example, I'm using the intersection for a monthly task list on the left, as well as a monthly habit tracker on the right. If you're interested in any of the stickers that I'm using today, by the way, they are all available in my sticker shop, PlanningWithKay.com. I just listed this new ramen and sushi themed collection along with a new sticker bundle, so be sure to check out the link to my sticker shop in the description below. Alright, so that's one example of a vertical sidebar Dutch door, in this case with a decorative sidebar for a monthly calendar spread, complete with a hidden task list and habit tracker. Here are a couple other examples of some vertical sidebar Dutch door spreads that I've used in my bullet journals. First, a weekly spread that I absolutely loved, and then another monthly spread that I set up in my most recent April Plan With Me video. Let's now move on to the second type of Dutch door, which is a horizontal header Dutch door. So this time, instead of cutting off a vertical section from the side, I'm going to cut away a skinny horizontal section from the top. This is a little bit trickier because you're going to have to cut near the center seam of your notebook. So I like to use an X-Acto knife here so I can get as close as possible to that seam without cutting the threads. I'm also showing an example here of how to incorporate multiple spreads in your Dutch door. So instead of just cutting away 1 page, I'm going to cut away 2. And this means that the top section that I cut away is now visible across 3 different spreads, which is pretty cool. For this example spread, I'm going to set up a full week of daily logs using that top section as a decorative header space. As a sticker journaler, I love these types of Dutch doors because they make my stickers go a really long way. They're essentially like a more efficient way to use some of my favorite stickers, especially ones that I only have 1 or 2 of. Like here, I only needed to use 2 of these big sushi stickers to span across 3 different spreads. But if I wanted to achieve that same thing without the Dutch door, I would have needed 6 of those big stickers. So it's efficient, it's easy, and it leads to some really awesome looking spreads. Like imagine doing the same thing but for monthly spreads, where the top space would be a big shared monthly header with your monthly spreads in the pages below. That would be really, really cool. Anyways, I just finished off those simple daily pages, and that's it for this example of a horizontal Dutch door. Here's another example of a slightly larger horizontal Dutch door, this time for a weekly spread that I used back in February. All right, so let's move right along to Dutch door number 3, which I'm calling a window Dutch door. Now I have to give credit where credit is due because my husband Jake gave me the idea for this. He was actually looking at my March cover spread and he saw that March header in the middle and he was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if that was actually a Dutch door? And if you turn the page, then that center header would be visible still. And I was like, yes, oh my God, that would be so cool. And I am going to try that out in my upcoming Dutch door video. So here we are trying out Jake's window Dutch door. And spoiler alert, it turns out so cool. And it is my favorite spread in this video. So what I did here is I took my X-Acto knife and I cut out a roughly square hole in the center of the right page. This then creates a little window in the center of the spread, so no matter which way I turn the page, that center space is visible. In this example, I'm going to create some monthly spreads here that share a center monthly header, just like Jake envisioned. So I'm putting a big April header right in that center space. Now on each spread below the cutout, I can write in the specific spread header. So here I made the first one an April memories spread where you can paste in photos throughout the month or write in your key memories. And then another spread titled favorites, where you can record the movies, shows, music, and books you consume throughout the month. And that's it for this super fun and out-of-the-box Dutch door. Thank you, Jake, for the idea. I am so obsessed with how this turned out, and I love how fun and different it is. Dutch door number 4 is what I'm calling a booklet-style Dutch door. To create this, I'm basically cutting away the entire border of the right page. So I'm doing a vertical cut on the right, and then 2 horizontal cuts at the top and bottom, creating basically like a mini spread within this spread, or a little booklet. So I'm going to set up a weekly spread in this example, where my daily sections for my to-do lists are enclosed in the center booklet. I'm drawing a black outline around the entire cutout, as well as dividing lines, splitting each mini page into 2 horizontal spaces. This gives me 8 total spaces for the 7 days of the week, and then an extra section for tasks that will be pushed to next week. And that's it for the actual booklet section of this spread. If you want more space for your daily sections here, try cutting out 2 extra pages in the beginning so that each day gets a full page in your little booklet. To complete this weekly spread, I'm creating a weekly header at the top of the page, a weekly task list on the left, and some weekly habit trackers on the right. I love how this Dutch door spread has turned out. It's so functional. It's really utilizing all of that available space. And I love how the Dutch door is just giving the spread a little extra room for those daily sections. So that is it for the booklet Dutch door spread. And let's move on to the last one in this video. The final Dutch door I'll be showing you today is a lower horizontal Dutch door. This is similar to the horizontal header Dutch door I created earlier, except instead of cutting off a small horizontal header space at the top, I'm actually going to cut off more than half of that right page so that there's a smaller horizontal flap at the bottom of the spread instead. This example is going to be another weekly spread, so that bottom flap is ultimately going to have my daily sections. But first, I'm creating a meal planning space in the upper right with 3 columns for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then a spot to jot those in for every day of the week. Now onto the bottom flap. Like I said, this is going to house my daily sections. So I'm splitting each page in half to give me 8 equal size spaces for the 7 days of the week, and then a bonus decorative box. By the way, if you end up trying out any of these Dutch stores and you post your spreads over on Instagram, don't forget to tag me at PlanningWithKay so I can see your beautiful creations and share them to my audience. I just love seeing y'all's spreads. I know some of you guys are going to get really creative with these Dutch stores and come up with even more ideas. So make sure to share the inspiration and tag me at PlanningWithKay. To complete this example weekly spread, I put a weekly header and a task list on the upper left, and that is it for this 5th and final Dutch store spread. Over my years of bullet journaling, I have grown to love Dutch stores. At first, I found them very intimidating. The act of cutting your journal with scissors is very daunting when you haven't done it before. But trust me, once you break the ice and start using these spreads, you will be hooked. They are so much fun. They're both very aesthetically and very functionally pleasing, and they literally and figuratively open so many doors when it comes to new bullet journal spreads that you can set up. If you like any of the stickers I used today, I create them all by hand, and they're available for purchase at PlanningWithKay.com. You can also sign up for my Patreon if you want instant access to hundreds of bullet journal spreads, live streams, automatic monthly sticker deliveries, and more, and everything is linked in the description below. Don't forget too that I'm giving away this Amanda Rach Lee Doc-Grid notebook to one lucky viewer watching this video. It is super easy to enter, so just read the description below and follow the instructions. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe for new bullet journaling videos every single Saturday, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.